Hello and welcome to a new video. I have 5 beginner questions that students ask me, and I will answer them in this video. The first one is, do you ever practice with a metronome? The answer is no. I never in my life, well, that would be maybe a little bit too much, but I usually never practice with a metronome. Sometimes I get these questions that sometimes you should be practicing with a metronome to keep the time steady. It can be helpful for reference. I'm not saying that you should not practice with it. It can actually speed up the practice, I think. But I never did it myself. And the result of that actually is that I'm not very good in the studio playing on a fixed tempo. I always play a rubato, which means that you play soft and slow, and you speed up. So rubato is an Italian term for for like the wavy tempo. So the second question would be, which foot do I use for the sustain pedal and how do I time it? It's the right foot. Well, some pianos have 2 pedals, some have 3, but it's the one on the right, and it's what makes the difference between this. That's without pedal, and this is with pedal. For timing, the pedal is, I would compare it with the clutch in a manual car. How do you say that? Manual. So the foot should briefly lift when you press down the chord, or when you press down the first note of the chord. That's kind of like the theory, but I would always trust the ear. That's my main advice. If it doesn't sound good, it probably doesn't sound good. At one point, it just clicked for me. I tried many hours before it started to make sense, and then suddenly it was like that many years ago. So if you're stuck with that, just invest more time into learning, playing, experimenting, what sounds good, what sounds a little bit less good. And you can always ask a question from other people if it sounds good by uploading a video to, for example, my school community, which is in the link below, where you can sign up for free and ask a question, upload your video. So there's that. Question 3, is it normal that my pinky finger feels weak and hard to control? Yes, absolutely. In the beginning, my first piano lesson was like this. And when I played that in the beginning, it was like this. So that was horrible. But over time, you gain coordination, muscle memory. I like the term coordination more, but it is basically the same thing. Question 4. Should I apply the same dynamics to both hands at the same time? That's a very good question. Usually I play the left hand softer. The reason for that is that when I play a melody, I play the melody to highlight. But in the left hand, we're playing like 8 notes at the same time in the same bar. So if I play everything at the same dynamics, I think I automatically already play my right hand a little bit louder. The thing is, the left hand is very busy playing a lot of notes. The right hand is very minimalistic in my style of playing, in the cinematic pianist style of playing, in the neoclassical modern piano style of playing. So if you play this from Einaudi, what was this song again? I don't remember the melody anymore exactly, but usually the left hand plays more notes and the lower register of the piano is usually more busy, more muddy, more lower end. So we want to be very careful with that. So the answer to the question is yes. Sorry, should I apply the same dynamics to both hands at the same time? No. The left hand generally sounds a little bit softer. And that is not very easy in the beginning, but that is the goal, because the ear is always leading. So when it sounds good, it sounds good. But if it doesn't sound good, it usually sounds something like this. The color block method is kind of invented or created for this purpose. We only focus on one super small little exercise, which is the red block. And while it is boring to play that over and over again, it's important to focus on one exercise, because if you focus on 20 exercises, it is way more easy to distract yourself from actually playing nicely. I did this over and over again, and when I was transcribing film scores by ear, I noticed that I always came back to this pattern. So if I wanted to play something like this, not the best example, but or this was Legend of the Fall, and let's do Braveheart next. So, Pirates of the Caribbean. Crimson Tide. So this is I completely forgot the question. Should I apply the same dynamics? Oh yeah, I was talking about the color block method. So that is a pattern that I always came back to when transcribing a melody, as I demonstrated right now. Yeah, okay, so question 5, the last one before we end this video. Is it normal for my fingers to accidentally brush the black keys? So someone asked if it was normal if their middle finger would accidentally like touch against the neighboring black keys. Well, brush, it says here, I guess brush means touching but not actually playing. And yeah, it is normal, and you don't have to worry about that if you feel like you accidentally touch. as long as you are aware of a potential mistake. Like if you hear the mistake, like that's what I'm saying. Like if you hear it, good. If you don't hear it, then not good. How? But of course, that invites the next question. How do you know when you hear or not hear the mistake? And the answer is very simple. Record your exercises. Record your improvisations. Record your experiments and listen to it back. Put it on YouTube or put it in, like I said earlier, the school community that I have in the link in the description. I invite you to record and play something and upload it to get direct feedback from members from all over the world. So I created this space for people, like environment for people to grow in their own way, in their own pace, with a completely free course, and yeah, to basically grow in piano and support each other. Because this is a very lonely journey. Usually, if you want to be good at something, it's hard to find support from your close ones sometimes. Now I had very supportive close ones, but what I mean is, like, it's a very lonely journey. Like, you go through the pain yourself. You feel only the motivation to get a certain outcome. Your dream outcome is to play beautifully piano sitting behind the keys without any preparation, without reading sheet music, without decoding notes. You just want to sit behind the piano and play something beautifully and impress your loved ones, or impress, I don't know, play maybe on the train station on the public piano. Now, I personally don't have that ambition, but like, yeah. So that can be something to work towards, and if that resonates, I would invite you to join the school community. Anyway, enough about the school community, because that was actually the last question. I will make more videos like this, so if you resonate with it, you can hang around and ask questions also in the YouTube comments. And yeah, I hope it was helpful in any way, and let me know what you think. All right, thanks for anyone who is still here watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks.